Hello, friends. This is a series I've been sharing with my friends on my journey towards graduate school, how I came to the US and how I started school and everything else that has been going on so far. If you missed the first video, I showed my friends how you be able to go through your visa application process, and I showed the document that is called the I-20 document. All right, we also went through the service, and then we look at the processes you have to go through to get your service payments done. And then we looked at how you can schedule your visa appointment. All right. Now, I promise that I'll give you a second video. And in that second video, we will be looking at documents for the interview. So if you missed the first video, please go look for that video and apprise yourself with that information. Okay, so this is information that I give to my friends. I know there are a number of, I get calls, I get messages on Facebook, Instagram, and everywhere about questions regarding how do I go through the process? How do I apply for a school? So I've dedicated some time to work on a series of these videos to help friends who are interested. So I know this information is not for everybody. If you don't need it, you don't have to watch it. All right, now let's talk about documents for your interview. Right, so having discussed how to apply or the processes to go through before your interview, let's look at documents that you need for the interview. Now, the first thing that you need to know about documents for the interview is that attend your interview with every documentation that may be necessary for your eligibility for the F1 visa. All right, every document that you feel will be necessary, make sure you carry that document, okay, to your interview appointment. Second, attend with original documents. Consular may make copies for verification. So make sure every documentation that you have is original, all right? And we will be looking at some documents that you have to carry along. Now, the third one, you must provide evidence that your sole purpose for traveling to the United States is to study and nothing else. And that is why the consulates are there. They are there, they interview you just so that you can convince them that you are not seeking to go to the United States to do anything else apart from the purpose for which you have applied for your visa. Is that okay? Nice. Now, let's take a look at documents you must have for your interview. So first, your passport must be valid. That means that it should have about 6 months before. It should be about, the least should be 6 months before expiration. And then you should have your 600 by 600 passport size photograph. And then your I-20. Okay, I already mentioned earlier that we will go over this document. We'll be looking at the I-20 document and what should happen on that I-20 document. Things you should be looking out for, the details that are on the I-20 document. We will dissect that document because this is very important, okay? Even when you arrive in the US, you still need your I-20 document, okay? So very important. Now, your visa appointment confirmation page is also a document that you must carry with you. And then your DS-160 confirmation page, GT Bank visa fee receipt, and then school admission letter. Is that okay? So you need the admission letter as well. And then here, scholarship versus assistantship, or scholarship or assistantship letter. Now, I will make a video on this too. People often confuse assistantship with scholarship. There's a difference between assistantship and scholarship. So watch out for a video that will seek to distinguish between assistantship and scholarship. So I'll work on that. Now, financial statement. I get a number of questions on the financial statement as well. People ask me, so how much do I need to have in my account? Okay. And again, I'll also touch on the financial statement in a separate video. I try not to make my videos too long, all right? Very informative and straight to the point. And then we also touch on the sponsorship letter in connection with the bank statement. Okay, so we'll talk about it too. So these are documents that you must have on the day of your appointment. Okay, now other documents that you also need for your interview are your academic transcripts and certifications, right? certificates. So you need your transcript. So if you already did a master's, and then if you already did a master's, you have a bachelor's, you need to have your transcripts ready, and they must be original, right? Now, test scores. I also get a lot of questions around test scores. GRE, do I need to take the GRE? Now, some schools do not require the GRE. For instance, before I applied to graduate school, the only school I applied to was Ball State. And Ball State didn't require the GRE, but I still took the GRE just to enhance my chances of admission. Is that okay? So we will discuss that as well in due time. But if you took the GRE, make sure you go with that document. All right. And I always encourage people that just take it. You know, when you go to your appointment, and though you are not required in your application and you're able to submit that documentation, because that exam, you know, it takes some time. So everybody who sees that you have been able to put in the time to take that test sees that you are serious. And for that matter, it's enough to convince the consular that you want to go to school and you're just not coming to the US to do something else. Is that okay? And then make sure you put a resume together, a CV, right? Make sure you have a CV that gives a background. Sometimes it may not be asked, but you have to know. But you need a CV. So make sure you have a CV and a project proposal. So the project proposal talks about, you know, sometimes, especially for those who are going to do their PhDs, you may need to talk to a supervisor or a professor on a certain topic, right? So having done that, you need to send a proposal to the school that this is what you're seeking to do. So those decisions go into scholarship and assistantship approvals. So if there's a project proposal that you're going to work on, make sure you go with that as well. Is that okay? Nice. So basically, that is all I want to say about the documentations. The things that I've mentioned that I will go over that needs more in-depth information, I will make sure I provide that as well. So the next thing that I will be discussing will be possible interview questions. And here, I'll try and host some other people who have had the interview experience, and then we're going to share our experience with you. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe if you're interested, so that when we put the information, you'll be able to get the information as soon as possible. So thank you very much once again for your time, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.